deal with it, but we do want to say to people, come to Chinatown. Here we are. We're, again, careful, safe, and come join us.
Hello everyone, this is the Androdol, and I wanted to talk a little bit about the whole situation with China. I'm going to go on a little rant. I know my last video had some audio issues. I hope they are better now. And I wanted to talk about three distinctive images. Well, first you had the video, which I introduced to you in the intro, but also you have World Health Organization that have lied, people died. China lied, people died. And you also have China basically joining another corrupt organization, being covered by them, and joining the Human Rights Council 3 days ago on April 3rd, joining the Human Rights Council at the UN. So I wanted to cover all of this. You're gonna see the images and the sources in the description below. We have this particular image of preliminary investigations conducted by the Chinese authorities have found no clear evidence of human-to-human transmission of the novel coronavirus 2019 nCoV identified in Wuhan. And this was in, I believe this was in February, and people have pointed out this time and time again, and how I've also seen evidence that World Health Organization hired people during November, and they knew of this. They lied of the extent of what happened in China, and they are covering, because now all of the mainstream media is basically also covering this up. It's a little bit conspiratorial to claim that Bill Gates is behind all of this, but he's the biggest contributor to said organization, and he made a TED talk regarding this in 2016, I believe, and I mean, there might be some propaganda or conspiracies behind this, but I can't prove this, because those would be just speculation. So I'm gonna talk with what we know for now, because from what it appears to be, World Health Organization knew what was going on and they covered it. We have even an interview where a woman was interviewing a member of the World Health Organization and didn't answer if Taiwan was part of China, because they are on the same plane when it comes to the propaganda and protecting China to the rest of the world. And there's also a reason the numbers, I believe, are skewed, because media, of course, loves to run with that United States have the highest number, even though we don't even know the real numbers from China, because they had the numbers secret for months. They refused to let doctors and health personnel in from the United States or other countries to help them, and also lied of the extent. And once United States knew, they closed down flights to China. I wish my government would have acted sooner, especially considering flights from Italy, but they are so incompetent, in my opinion, that they waited all the way until March until they did something, even though they were one of the first countries to completely shut down, so I give them props for that. But I would rather give them give the health personnel and the advisors the props for advising the government to do that. And when you see also the numbers, I think they're completely wrong. How can we trust anything China has done? and said when they lied about it for 2 months before they went anything public. I have seen videos. I would not include them in this video because this would be banned off of YouTube, because I think either the YouTube lords would just take it down, or it would be deemed as grotesque. I've seen footage of people being locked in their apartments, nailing the doors shut, so people couldn't get outside. That happened in China, and they're now claiming that the virus is basically gone, which I can't even fathom how even media is reporting on this and expect this to be true without any fact checking, any critical reporting on it whatsoever. And that is what frightens me the most. Now, at any chance the mainstream media, even my mainstream media reports on this as gospel without fact checking or even second guessing the numbers from the World Health Organization. And we also have from Bloomberg, of all outlets, on April 1st, China concealed extent of virus outbreak, US intelligence says, and this doesn't surprise me at all, that they actually found out that China lied, people died. And I don't think we have hit the peak of what we know from what China has hidden from the rest of the world, because I think it's a goddamn shame that I think China should pay for all of this. They should remove all debt. They should pay fines to countries for shutting down their entire economies and sanction that country and move all of production back to the country. It just shows how reliant the West has become on China when it comes to goods and production. Move everything back to especially bigger countries. My country isn't big enough. We can barely produce enough food when it comes to, because our nation is, or our geography doesn't help itself to that it's possible to produce food all year round and all different kinds of food. But that's a story for another time. But remove for those countries that can, Germany, Britain, United States, Canada, etc., etc., move all of the production back. Even if it's gonna make things more expensive, it's gonna be better for the long run, because we've seen that even footage of workers contaminating things from China, and things have had to be shipped back from the Netherlands from the UK from the United States, because it's been contaminated or not good enough. Why would you trust China to give you good enough or quality medical supplies, and this time when they've lied constantly? The medical equipment that United States lacked was because they were lacking since the last virus outbreak, the swine flu, where a lot of people unfortunately died, and they failed to restock them. At least that's from the evidence I've seen from Don Bongino reporting it. And them also joining the Human Rights Council is just... How can you take UN seriously? They are requiring now, in the middle of a pandemic, to countries like Norway to take in refugees when our economy isn't even working properly. And that's really rich coming from them. They want to dictate. Now, my government is also so inept and stupid that they've spent millions of dollars trying to get into the Security Council for the last year or so. I believe they spent like $4 million or something. I don't know if they are greasing people or sending them gifts or whatever. At least some sort of corruption going on, and they want it to become part of this corrupt organization. So I just wanted to comment on this. The more of a rage type of, or rant, should rather say, type of situation where China has lied consistently over time, and for people should stop eating up what the not only World Health Organization is sorry, my cat is making some noise. What they are sharing of information, which seems to be just propaganda and lies. China, what they are basically blaming United States for spreading the virus, which is such garbage. It's insanity. And then you also have the mainstream media basically just eating. God damn it! Just eating it up like it were the truth without any critical thinking or questioning the source. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye.